by the benign grace of Lord Sri Hari, our very beloved Sri Madhuri Sakhi Sameta Premkavartha Thakurji, and our Sri Poornimavati Devi Sameta Sri Aishwarya Srinivasa Perumal, and by the immense kripa of our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Maharanyam Sri Muralidhara Swamiji, we had the greatest fortune of witnessing the avatara of our Srinivasa Perumal yesterday. We not only had a smarana through Katha, but Bhagavan was so compassionate that he actually came out of that anthill for us and he gave us darshan. And even for those of them who are not with us here, in the physical presence of our Aishwarya Srinivasa Perumal, those of them who even witnessed it casually over Facebook and other such means, everyone said that moment Bhagavan came, everyone had goosebumps. They said they could feel the divine presence through internet. They were not even here. So we can only imagine the blessing that we had yesterday and imagine the joy of Thondaiman Chakravarthy. Bhagavan has been waiting for how long? See, Anjana Devi gave birth to Anjaneya there. That means that is somewhere in Treta Yuga. Narasimha Bhagavan, Prathama Yuga. When he came and he stood there for some time. Prathama Yuga. Garuda, we don't know when. Is it not? Everything is in Prathama Yuga. Bhagavan is waiting in Tirumala. He has come. When? That moment when Naraji said this Tirumala is ready, Ashesha Bhagavan became the Seshagiri, Bhagavan came. He didn't reveal himself. Then just imagine the greatness of Thondaiman Chakravarthy for whom Bhagavan waited. He said, I will reveal. Even after he came, Bhagavan was very specific. He was playing around, he showed people, but he never revealed himself. He went into the dream of our Thondaiman Chakravarthy and he told him, I am there, you please come. Then how would he feel when Bhagavan comes out like that? Is it not? He sees that Divya Mangala Vigraha of Bhagavan, Shri Vatsa Chinna Parijataha Chaturbujaha Shankadharashya Chakri Varapradaha Kati Avalambhi Hastaha Kripanidhihi Kaustuba Kandarasya. Bhagavan gave Chaturbuja Rupa Darshana that we are seeing now here in our temple, Sri Srinivasa Perumal. He gave that darshan to Thondaiman Chakravarthy, and what else can Thondaiman Chakravarthy do other than do Namo Namaha, Namo Namaha? He did Ananta Koti Namaskaras. He thought any number of Namaskaras would not be enough for the compassion that Bhagavan has showered on me. He says, Namo Namaste Akila Loka Sakshinna, Namo Namaste Nalinayataksha, Namo Namaste Vrishailanatha, Namo Namaste Natavatsalosi. Namo Namaste, Namo Namaste, Namo Namaha, Namo Namaha. When Gajendra Alvar did Stuti, even before seeing Bhagavan, all he did was only Namaskara. Because he forgot to do Namaskara. When he had the opportunity to do Namaskara, he forgot. So in this Janma, he keeps telling that I can't do physically. This Janma is not fit to do a Namaskara physically. So I am doing Namaskara through Smarana. And he does so many Namaskaras in Stuti, is it not? Similarly, here Thondaiman Chakravarthy, he does only Namaskara. And he says, what? How do I deserve this compassion of yours? I don't understand. What did I do? I am sure of one thing, that I did nothing to deserve this. I know, but what did you see? You have seen something in me, that you chose me, just like Bhagavan, Ramchandra Prabhu, chose, Pitaram Rochayamasa, Dasharatham Drupam. He says he chose our Dasharatha Maharaja as his father. There are so many kings there in the world when Bhagavan was about to do Avatara. And many of them didn't have children, many of them had done, Putra Kameshi Yaga. So Putra Kameshi Yaga is a Punya, na? So did Dasharatha Maharaja beget our Ramchandra Prabhu because of the Punya Bala? No. It happened because Bhagavan chose him as his father. As Krishna Avatara, Bhagavan chose Vasudeva as his father. We can as well say, Bhagavan himself says that you did tapas, I gave you a boon, so I have come. But whoever does tapas, will Bhagavan even give the buddhi to ask a boon like that? Not Vasudeva himself would not have asked. It is Bhagavan who wanted to do the leela through him, and he made him ask that Baran, is it not? That boon. That's how it is. So Bhagavan chose, and here Bhagavan has chosen Thondaiman Chakravarthy to bless him with his darshan. So he says, what did I do? Na karma yogo, na cha bhakti yogo, na jnana yogo mai deva deva, tvameva tasmat sharanam prapadye, pratikshate matrudayam shishurhi. I don't know anything. Na karma yoga, na bhakti yoga. I don't know to do any karma yoga. I have nothing called bhakti. I have no faith. I didn't even know you existed here. No, to have any faith. I didn't know. Even when the farmer came and told me, even when all the cowherds came and told me that Achara Deva Mundani, I didn't believe. I thought if there is a divinity there, it will somehow reveal itself to me. I didn't even believe. That is how my faith was. Had someone else been in my place, maybe they would have run to the place immediately to say, is it? What happened? Really? Let me go on business. You have thought of it. I didn't even think of it. I was very cool about it. I thought, these people are making things up. They don't want to pay the taxes. So they are telling that, there is some devam there, it is breaking our pot. Who knows? Maybe they are taking away the milk and breaking the pot on their own. My faith was only at that level. Yet, you came into my dreams and you said, I want only you to reveal me. I want to be born only through you. Not anyone else. That is the beauty of Bhagavan's Kripa, is it not? See, our Purattasi was prayed so much in Tirumala. Where he said that I want to be born as something. See, initially he gave a few options. Let me be a fish. Or he said, let me be a stamba there. Let me be a pillar there. Let me be the first step, Pavada, Vai, Khandrat, let me be. He did everything. And finally he realized that as long as I say this might, shall I be this, shall I be that, Bhagavan will wait. So finally he said, Yedenu Mavenu. It is your choice, Krishna. Just give me a place there. That's all. I want to be in Tirumala. What I should be, I don't want to tell you what. Whatever you want to bless me with, I am okay with it. That is how he prays. But very interestingly, Kulasekara Alvar, we all know he was a king. Like our Ambarisha Maharaja, he was also a king and a very blessed one, great Bhagavata. He was a great Ramabhakta. He loved, just as we saw today, today morning we heard Ambarisha Charitram. And we saw how Ambarisha Maharaja, supposedly a king, but nowhere in Bhagavatam does it say how he managed his kingdom. See, if you talk about the king, who should you talk? You should talk, in Ramayana, Rama was a king. Dasharatha was a king. Valmiki spends time in telling how they ruled. How the land that they ruled was, how the city was, who the people were, you should do that, na? Bhagavanam, it says, Ambarisho Mahabhaga Sapta Dvipavati Mahi. He ruled all the 7 worlds. What did he do? Savaimana Krishna Padara Vindayono. Macha Amsi Vaikunta Gunaru Varnane. In the way you can't tell us. He will sit on the Simhasanam and he will tell you. He used to, describe the gunas of Bhagavan. If Bhagavatas come, he would listen. If they do bhajan, he will dance with them. That is what Bhagavatam says. Is it not? Similarly, our Kulasekara Alvar also, he used to love listening to Ramakatha. And he was such a great Ramabhakta, whenever he heard Ramakatha, he would go into that bhava. So for him, it was not a mere katha. Because if you read Ramayana, it is a fact that if you there's a sloka that says Pratyaksha Viva Darshita. Valmiki ji saw the whole thing and he wrote. Not one word was his own. Brahmaji promises that to him. He says, don't worry, just go ahead and write. He was only a hunter. He became a rishi only by the kripa of Narada Rishi through Nama Sankirtan. Is it not? And suddenly Narada Rishi said, you write Ramayana. He told very, very smart Narada Rishi. He always gave all the story. He tells the Samshipta in one chapter. One chapter Vyasa Bhagavatam, one chapter for Valmiki ji, write Ramayana. And they have to write 18,000 slokas, 24,000 slokas. He will finish very quickly. He was the one who inspired him. So he was very frightened to write. And Brahmaji said, don't worry about it. If you say, even if you write very casually, that Ramachandra Prabhu was walking with Sita Mata and there are 2 ducks there roaming, then it would have been so. Not one word of yours would be false. He had that assurance. Is it not? So, the way our Valmiki has written, he has seen it and he has written it. Is it not? So, when we read it, we can feel it. And Purattasi, when he heard Ramayana Katha, he would actually see the whole thing, not like we see. Like we think of it, we imagine it, we do that, is it not? But he would be a part of it. When he heard Ramayana one day, great Bhagavata had come to do Ramayana, he was telling Ramayana, and it was a place where Bhagavan was fighting with Ravana. See, it was Janasthana Yuddha, where Karadushana had come with 14,000 Rakshasas, and Valmiki himself feels so bad, because they all know, when Bhagavan is fighting, they all know about this Janasthana Rakshasas. They are all looking, from their balcony seat. They are watching this Yuddha. Ramachandra Prabhu did not allow even Lakshmana to come along. As a matter of fact, the moment, the whole Janasthana Rakshasas came, Lakshmana was very, very intent on taking that Yuddha upon himself. He went to Ramachandra Prabhu and he said, Anna, you stay with money, you take care of her, I go. Bhagavan said, Enga pora bhai. While I am there, Lakshmana was trained in everything. Never got to use till the final Yuddha. You should read that part in Ramayana where he fights Ravana comes for the first Prathama Yuddha of Ravana. When he comes, Lakshmana and the Vyuha, you have a Vyuha. And Ramachandra Prabhu will be placed innermost. And the next level will be Lakshmana. There are so many people there. Sugriva, Nala, Neela, Hanumanji, everybody is there in the other Vyuhas, the other circles. Lakshmanaji could not wait. Again, the Hanumanji fought with Ravana. Sugriva Lakshmana, he pushed the Neela, Nala, everyone again he went. Why he said, I will never get a chance to use my bow and arrow. So he was desperate. Here he asked Janasthana Yuddha, I will go. Bhagavan said, no, you have to be here, I will go. And Bhagavan is fighting single-handedly. And Devas, they were very worried. Unbelievable, how will Devas be ever worried? They were worried, Katham Yuddham Bhavishit. They were worried, you Taniya vandirukare, Seriya avar panvara. They were not worried that Ramachandra Prabhu has no one else. What will happen to Ram? If you love your Bhagavan like that, you will be concerned about him now. They were concerned more about the Yuddha. But when Purattasi heard that he has no support, he has no army, immediately he got up, he said, collect the army, let me go, let us go and, fight this Janasthana Rakshasas. And the Bhagavata was telling Katha, never in his life had he thought it was all true. Yes, it all happened at some point. But for Purattasi it was happening now. And he was all set. And then they didn't know what to do. The ministers were very smart. They know about their king. They knew that he would do this often. So they had a plan. When Purattasi got his army and he was about to leave the city, immediately a few of them came on a horse and they said, Ramachandra Prabhu ki jai. Not just Janasthana, he went to Lanka and killed Ravana. So they finished Ramayana in one day. Shorter. That is the kind of love he has for Rama. And Ramachandra Prabhu was not different from Sri Ranganatha. Is it not? So Kulasekara had such love for Ranganatha Swami only. He loved him so much, he would always, Sri Ranga Yatra, Dine. Every day he would say, tomorrow I will go to Sri Ranga. And he will prepare everything and he will be about to leave. He has so much of work to do. So some minister will come, he will get some work and we have to postpone it for the next day. Every day he will intend to go to Sri Ranga. That's how he was. One day, while he was one night when he was resting, he had a Divya Swapna. And in that Swapna, he knew it was Divya because the person he saw was so splendorous and he could see the divinity. But he didn't know who it was. It was just a young lad, around 24 years old. He had Pitambaram and he was of the hue of Megha. He was near Megha Shyamala. He was very beautiful. He had lotus-like eyes. And he just came in his dream and he said, you come and see me. You are mine. He said, you are mine. You belong to me. And next day when he woke up, he didn't know who that was. He was wondering, who is this who's coming and telling me that I am his and that I belong to him. So he called his ministers, he called some sadhus and he inquired, who could that be? Without hesitation, everyone told, Avyaja Karunayam tu Prasiddha Sri Venkateshwara. If there is someone who will come on his own accord and say, you belong to me, it must be only Srinivasa Perumal. He is the one who never waits, The Guru Maharaj says, how our Aishwarya Perumal, he says, I am waiting for you to come. That's how he is it not? And கொஞ்ச நேரம் wait பண்ணார். அப்புறம் he will come. He can't wait for long. He will come and he will somehow call us in. Here they all say, if someone comes on, if a divinity has come on its own accord and is telling that you belong to me, it must be that kind of abhyaja karuna. There is no cause for compassion. Abhina Satyama, it has to be only Srinivasa Perumal. And that's all. That is how he became, that is why our Guru Maharaj very beautifully sings about our Perumal. Mele vilandu arul Srinivasam. Mele vilandu arul Srinivasam. Mele vilandu arul come on his own accord and he will take us. Is it not? Why our Guru Maharaj is that? Because that is his experience. See, we all know how our Guru Maharaj's Ishta Devam is Srinivasa Perumal. We have Premika Srinivasan, we have Kalyana Srinivasan, we have Sekanu Srinivasan, who was not established by Guru Maharaj, but you know how much he loves him. And we have Malamel Irukum, our Madhurapuri Srinivasan, who is there on Madhurachalam. Everywhere, wherever you get a chance, you will see that our Guru Maharaj, we have our Aishwarya Srinivasa Perumal here. Allah, Guru Maharaj loves Srinivasa Perumal. When he was a very young boy, he was just in his school days, one day during class, and we'll have, between the classes, we'll have breaks, 5-minute breaks, 15 lunch breaks and all. So there was the short break, when all the boys and girls, the boys used to go to the restroom. And our Guru Maharaj was a little boy. He also went to the restroom. He saw a Srinivasa Perumal's photo on the floor. See, if you all remember, when we were kids, it's so sad we have to talk like that, where the all makes us feel so old, but it's true. When we were kids, we used to have notebooks, right, in India. And you have ruled notebooks, you have rough notebook, class notebook and all that. And you will see most of the time on top of the notebook there will be some picture of some Swami, some Pandayar or Lakshmi or Perumal. This was and sometimes it will be a cardboard and the photo will be only a paper stuck on the cardboard. And if the paper comes out, it will be just roaming around everywhere. How many pictures like that have we seen on the floors? It is a very common sight in schools. That is why I guess we had to put the brown paper, staple it and all, cover it completely. Because otherwise it will be like that. And this Srinivasa Perumal was a paper like that, from a book. And when he went there, it was somehow Perumal had found his way into the restroom floor. Imagine how dirty it would be. And our Guru Maharaj went to the restroom and the bell rang and he had to go see. When he saw that picture, obviously it didn't look like a picture to him. Somehow he felt Bhagavan is there, but for a second he hesitated to pick it because there were other boys there. He didn't know what they would say. See, we have to, now we know who our Guru Maharaj is, but you have to think of that little boy who for a moment thought about it. He thought other boys are there, they may not appreciate if we touch it now. He'll say, you feel. So he didn't want to do that. And while he was debating, should I not, bell rang and he had to go to the class. But he said that after he went back to the class, he just could not sit in the class, it seems. It was as if he was sitting on a seat of thorns. Every time instead of telling something, his mind went back to that floor where Perumal was there. He felt, how can we leave Perumal like that? He immediately got up, he sought, teacher's permission. Imagine, usually if you have a break and then you have a class, if you ask for a break again, teachers are is it not? He just had a break. But he didn't care about all that. He said, I want to go to the restroom. He went there, he picked up that Srinivasa Perumal from it was all wet and dirty. And then he folded it, he kept it, he didn't let anyone see, he kept it inside his shirt, he came back in pocket. He came back after school, he went home, he cleaned that Perumal very carefully. He stuck the Perumal again on some cardboard, made a frame out of it, and he started worshipping that Perumal. That's when he sings, Palli Paruvathil, Alliyanai Aatkonda, Palli Paruvathil, Alliyanai Aatkonda, Pallane Aatkonda, Pallane, because that's how you connected with me there. And from then on, our Guru Maharaj started worshipping him in a very nice way. In Madras Varnam, our Bhagyaji would tell this, that our Guru Maharaj used to do Abhishekam, it seems. So slowly, Perumal, who had come with Nama Rupam, became Nirguna Nirakara, became that formless aspect. He's all said and done, that Murti was in paper, no. You keep pouring milk on it. Is it not? That is how Bhagavan came and he accepted it. Yesterday, we had this Anukarana. Is it not? Everyone had a doubt. Because usually Srinivasa Perumal is only Bharadahastam. And yesterday, if you see, our Perumal who came out was Abhayahastam. Yes. Once our Guru Maharaj, around 30-40 years ago, when he was in his 20s, with his cousin, who is also a great devotee now, he went to Tirupati to have Perumal darshan. Our Guru Maharaj would say that those were the days when he would go to Tirumala, to see Perumal whenever. And those are the days when people, see, there was a time when people did not know about Tiruvannamalai, Tirupati, such crowd was not there. Some superstar, someone will started going around Tiruvannamalai, Giri Pradakshina, everyone started doing it. Giri Pradakshina has always been famous, but none of them ever did it. It has always been great. Similarly, Tirupati, but it was not that crowded enough. So he used to go. So one day, one time he went with his cousin there, and they were sleeping during the night in Tirumala, near Tirupati. And suddenly, his cousin was lying down. He woke up in the middle of the sleep. And our Guru Maharaj was already awake. And he said, Anna, he used to call our Guruji as Anna. He said, Anna, can you smell, there's a strong tulasi smell, strong pachakarpuram smell, and a very strong chandanam smell. Are you able to sense it? And Guru Maharaj said, yes, I can. And that cousin could feel only so much. But at that time, even he could sense, he could smell all that because our Guru Maharaj was having a Prataksha Darshana of our Srinivasa Perumal. He said he could not see it, but I was seeing him there, right there. He was standing in front of me. And how? He's described it. He says, I cannot describe the beauty of Tirupati Perumal, how he looked. I can give you an example. Say you have a golden plate, Tanga Tambalam, and say 1,000 suns fall on it and they reflect. That golden hue that reflects. That is how Srinivasa Perumal was there in front of me. I could see him. And he says, he looked at me and he said, now Anna Pathakari, I will take care of you. And when he said that, Perumal's Varadahastam became Abhayastam. Instantly. Giving Abhayam. So you know why Perumal came with Abhayastam yesterday. That is the beauty, and that is why if you go to Sengaluru even today, Srinivasa Perumal there, who is also Swayambhu Murti, Sakshat Swayambhu Murti, because Perivachan Pillai, the great Vaishnava saint who has written all our commentary for the pastimes, we are enjoying, but for him we would not understand anything of our words. Such a treasure it is. And he had such love for Srinivasa Perumal in Tirupati. His avatar sthalam is Sengaluru. From there he went to Tirupati, and in Tirupati he stayed for a while. He was married. With his family he went there, he stayed there for a long time. And his father and mother were there in Sengaluru. And when he was there, there was a thought in him, he didn't want to go back at all to Sengaluru. He wanted to be only in Tirupati, Tirumala. But Bhagavan felt that he has to serve his old parents also. He can't leave them like that. So he came in the form of a small boy, and as a sadhu, and he said, you have to go back. You can't be here, you have to go there. He knew that this was some divine intervention, but he felt very bad, he didn't want to go. And he said, how can I leave Perumal and go? And that sadhu, he gave a Shalagrama Murti to our Periyachan Pillai, Krishna's Murti. And he said, Perumal will come with you in this Shalagrama form. You go and you worship this form of Bhagavan in Sengaluru. And he carried it with his wife, he carried the Shalagrama Murti with him. And out of Shraddha, he had decided that till we reach our city, we will not keep the Shalagrama down. So all through the journey, they were always, one of them would be holding and the other would be doing all the chores that they have to do. And they kept the journey like that. And then finally, when they came near Sengaluru, they were sure that, Bhagavan is already here. So he kept the Shalagrama down to do his daily ablutions and all. When he came back, he saw Shalagrama was not there. Very. See, it is as if Bhagavan himself gave him. And here it was not there. He wept like Dasharatha Maharaja. He could not believe. See, who would steal a Shalagrama? It has nothing. It was not kept in a golden plate or anything. Nothing like that. So who would take a Shalagrama? So he cried so much. Then Bhagavan revealed to him that don't worry, you just dig in the place where you kept. I have come here for you. When he dug that place, I kept the Shalagrama, there was nothing there. When he kept digging it, then this beautiful form of Tirupati Perumal with Abhayahasta was revealed. So the Shalagrama, became this Rupa. Bhagavan can do that, no? He says that I came with Shalagrama because if you come in this Rupa, how can you carry it? So I thought I'll come in Shalagrama Rupa, and now, this is all because he was feeling very bad. Because here he was seeing Perumal as Chaturbuja Rupa, and he said, the Aishwarya Perumal, Shalagrama Rupa, you do this puja, have this darshan. He did not feel very happy about it. He wanted to do the worship of this Bhagavan. So Bhagavan came for him like that. In Abhayahasta, our Guru Maharaj also had that darshan of Srinivasa Perumal with Abhayahasta. That's why he sings, Kripa Samudra, Srinivasa, Kripa Samudra, Srinivasa, Tavatinkarasya Mama Pranecha, Kripa Samudra, Srinivasa, Tavatinkarasya Mama Pranecha. Mudra. No, he gave Abhayam to Guru Maharaj and Thondaiman Chakravarthy. Here he says, Nirvyaja Karunye Nidistvamevam. You are the treasure house of Nirvyaja Karuna, causeless mercy. You are a treasure house of that. Otherwise, what did I do that you came here and you gave this darshan on your own accord? Avapta kamo picha nitya triptaha swayam nijananda rasamritena priyam kumatra priya bhakshanena preenasi chatvam tulasi dalena. You seek nothing from us. What is this Priyanku? Alagana per kedaikku in Sanskrit. Priyanku. It is the very Priyam for our Srinivasa. So that's why it is called Priyanku, I think. You know, it is, all we have to do is just, even today, there's a very famous practice of lighting Thinai Maavu Vidakku for Perumal. No, Maavidakku on Shravanam is Thinai Maavu only, always. Bhagavan accepts it so happily. You know, it is such a small thing to offer. Once he says, even if you offer just a few leaves of tulsi, that's enough for you. That is enough for Bhagavan. And he does not expect any great puja. In Padmanabha Swami temple in Trivandrum, it is very famous that only the kings would worship there. Is it not? Actually, the king of Trivandrum is Padmanabha Swami. And everyone is only a servant there. Yeah, because he only has the key for everything. And this king, he wanted to, see, he is a king, so he wanted, Bhagavan is Rajadi Raja, he wanted to worship him like that. So he made 100 tamar, lotus of golden lotus to offer to Bhagavan. And he wanted that to be offered every day at the feet of Bhagavan. And when Raja comes, no one else can have darshan usually. Everybody will be moved out. He'll have a very private darshan. He will do the puja and all. And every day you do the puja. Next day when he comes, he would see that there would be, this right on top of that golden lotus, there will be a few tulsi leaves. 1 or 2 days he was quiet. Third day he felt a bit irritated. He thought, I have offered golden lotus. No, whoever offers something after, can't they see the greatness of this? How can they even think of covering off that golden lotus with this tulsi? It's just a mere leaf. He had that thought. And that night, he had a darshan where Padmanabha Swami gave him his Tirupati Darshana. And it was completely bleeding. He was so frightened. He said, what happened? Who did this apachara? He said, you did this apachara. The golden lotus that you are offering to me, it is actually hurting me like this. Because like we said, Pani Sparsha Kshamabhyam. Even Lakshmi Devi's touch is too much for our Perumal. And he's throwing this, and he says, you give the jewelers to make some. Have you seen the lotus they made? There will be big calm, there will be all sharp. Lotus order. If you make a golden lotus, it's supposed to be soft, mridu, cool. None of that will be there in the golden lotus. And he said, there is this devotee who used to offer every day, tulsi. And when he offered it, it was actually healing my Rana, Vrina, and you have done this. Next day he stopped doing it. He went to the devotee who was offering this and he fell at his feet. Bhagavan, that is enough. Our own Tirumala, Tirupati Perumal. One day, Thondaiman, when he went to see Bhagavan, he saw every day there would be lotus again made of mud, clay. And every day he would find it there. He would ask everyone who was offering it. Nobody would ever know. And one day he asked Perumal used to talk to him. He asked Perumal, who is offering this to you? He said, there is a devotee called Tirukurumbaru Arutha Nambi. He is only offering this. He said, where is he? Tirupati somewhere. He has never travelled up to see Perumal. But every day he offers this. He said, how is it possible? Perumal says, he is actually a potter. Okay, so every day before he starts his job, he will take a bit of clay, make a few lotus out of it, and mentally offer it to me. I accept it here like this. And Thondaiman was so impressed. He wanted to see him. He came running to that place. He found Tirukurumbaru Nambi and he fell at his feet. He said, Perumal accepted. He said, who told you this? He said, Perumal. He said, the Srinivasa Alavala. Which means, what have I? This was something personal between me and him. He can't keep quiet. He has to tell you. He was so upset that Perumal revealed this too. Bhagavan accepts. See, he didn't accept the lotus made of gold, but he is very happy to accept the lotus made of clay. Why? Because how you offer is what counts. Is it not? And he says, Tulasi Dalena. Even if you offer Tulasi Dala, that is enough for you, Krishna. You would give Kaivalyam to them. But we come only as Kamyatis. But you don't mind. You give us all our Kamanas also. You fulfill all our desires also. That is your Karuna. What else can I do but serve you? Immediately Bhagavan said, Vasham Gatosmi Swayameva Rajan Vilokya Bhaktim Tava Bhava Purnam Tata Prasannosmi Mahidaresmin Kshemam Vidhatum Sharanagatanam. I was very happy with you. I wanted you as my Bhakta because I know the kind of bhava that you have in your heart. So I want to know. That's why I chose you for this leela. And he says, so beautifully Bhagavan says, Ramavatare Ambuja Bandhu Putraha Krishnavatare Picha Pandu Sunuhu Yatha Tathato Mama Mitra Bhuto Matprema Patram Cha Sadaiva Bhuyaha. Just as in Ramavatara, Surya Putra Sugriva was their best friend. Bhagavan says, Atma Samasaka to Guha, Atma Samasaka to this Vanara Sugriva. And Sugriva took it very seriously. Initially, when Namadwaar Prabhu came, Bhagavan said, Sugrivam Sharanam. Hanumanji understood that he was not seeking Sharanam, he was only going to provide Rakshanam to Sugriva. That's why he said, please come. But Sugriva thought, Nijamave Namadha Varthu. And he actually he feels that we are almost the same. See, you were also a king, you were supposed to be a king, so I was supposed to be a king. Your brother is comparing Bharata and Bali. Your brother took away your kingdom, my brother took away my kingdom. You lost your wife, I lost my wife. Ruma is Sita is compared. Bhagavan Guru miracle. Because he feels, Atma Samasaka is given. See, even this friendship, our Hanumanji, he was the one who forged a pact of friendship between Sugriva and Bhagavan. Because he knew this Sugriva had a Koraka Buddhi, that he would not stay long. So he did that, and Apriyana friendship, Bhagavan took it very seriously. And Ramayana says, after they got together, they would spend all night talking, it seems. Like friends, we often wonder, when these teenagers, they have their sleepover and all, they won't sleep the whole night. We wonder, if you are friends, only then if you have friends, you will know. It will never be over. Similarly, when they know all through the night, Sugriva and Rajan Prabhu will be sitting. And after 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, when they are about to lie down, maybe about just about to lie down, Sugriva will say, Anniki, what are you doing? He would always say, that is how they were. Bhagavan says, how Sugriva was my best friend in Ramavatara. And in Krishnavatara, Arjuna. Wow, Bhagavan, what has he not done for Arjuna? Not just the Sarathya. See, if you become the Sarathi, you have to take care of the horse. Is it not? He would bathe the horse, you clean the horse. Yeah, Arjuna. It is Arjuna's horse. And he never let even a single arrow touch either Arjuna or the horse. That is how he was. He says, just like Arjuna was my best friend, in this avatar, Srinivasa Perumal, Thondaiman Chakravarthy, you are my best friend. See, we have to figure out the relationship we have with Bhagavan. Guru Maharaj, whenever I say Bhagavan, please feel free to replace it with Guru Maharaj. We have to understand that. Not everybody see, but Arjuna would often, whenever he is with Krishna, have to nap alone. You know what he would do? He would put his leg on Krishna and say, Krishna, kaal valikadu kurchu. And Bhagavan used to do that. And it would never be an apachara. But Bhishmacharya would not dare to do that. Bhishmacharya was much elder than Krishna. He could as well have done that. He would have said, Krishna, come on, do this for me. He can't even imagine. Because his relationship with Bhagavan was different. It's not about age. It's not, sometimes you can't explain it. It is how Bhagavan connects. And that relationship, some people, Guru Maharaj will always say, some people say, I am Krishna Bhakta, I am Shiva Bhakta. The Guru Maharaj will say, This is not. Perumal, Bhagavan should say that you are my Bhagavan. It is very easy. President is my friend. No, I know the president very well. Does the president know you? That's how it is. So relationship, and people say, I have the bhava that Bhagavan is my child. I have the bhava that I am his child. I have the bhava that I am the Nayaki. What is his bhava towards you? You have to figure that out. Is it not? When you say, I am Bhagavan's friend, if you are Bhagavan's friend, you have a right. And if you have to exert that right, Bhagavan should accept you as his friend. Only then it will happen. There was this little boy called, Bondu in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, he was the disciple of a great Mahatma called Nanda Kishore Das Ji. This Nanda Kishore Das Ji was from the parampara of Swami Nityananda Prabhu himself. So he was the 6th generation or 7th generation, something like that. So he was very revered there. And this Bondu was his servant. He was very innocent. He did not have any Veda. He had not studied any Vedas or Shastras or anything. He was a very simple fellow, and he used to take care of the cows in the ashram. So he used to go to the forest nearby. He used to graze the cows and all. And he would spend the whole day there and come, and he would take some food with him always. And now and then in the evenings he would hear the stories and all. And often Nanda Kishore Das Ji would say that Krishna is playing in Vrindavan, Krishna is playing in Vrindavan. So Bondu thought, okay, every day we are going. So one day, I am also grazing cows here, and Guru Maharaj says he is also grazing cows there. How come I have never met him? How come I never see him? He had this thought, it was bugging him. One day when he went there, he saw Neelamega Shyamala with a peacock on his peacock feather on his head. Bhagavan was playing flute, and he came with all his friends. He had a big goshtam of his cows and calves. And Bondu was very happy. He looked at Bhagavan and said, hey, are you Krishna? Bhagavan said, yes, I am only Krishna. He said, my Guru Maharaj talks a lot about you. He always tells me that you are grazing cows here. I was wondering how we never meet. I am so happy we met. Can we be friends? Bhagavan said, yes. No, we'll be friends. And Bhagavan became Bondu's best friend. And one day, the next day when Bondu came, he had his packet. He opened to eat, he saw none of them had. He said, no, wait, no, you didn't bring your food packet. I said, no. So I have only so much. We'll share this today, but don't worry, from tomorrow I'll bring food for all of you. Bondu said. Next day he went to the ashram, he went to his Guru Maharaj. He said, I need more food from tomorrow. He said, why? He said, you talk about Krishna, na? He comes with a lot of friends. So they're taking away my food. It is not enough for me. So I thought, let me carry extra. And I'll give them also that food. So you please give. He said, what? Guru Maharaj could not believe it. He said, what do you mean Krishna is coming with you? He said, Krishna? You don't know Krishna? You keep talking about him. The one with peacock feather, with the flute in his hand. Lot of friends. He only comes. He said, are you sure? He said, of course I am sure. I've been playing with him all these days. Please give me some extra food, I will take. And Nanda Kishore Babaji, he thought, okay, let me give. He said, I will give you extra food, but you do one thing. You tell that Krishna, the friend of yours, to come to our ashram and eat. Instead of taking it there, you bring him here. He said. Bondu Pama innocent, he didn't know. He said, oh, is it? Okay, I will call him. If I call, he will certainly come. He loves me so much, he will come anyway. So he went next day. And Krishna came and they played for the whole day. Then he said, my Guru Maharaj today he gave, but he said, tomorrow can you come to our ashram to eat? I said, you will come, you please come. Bhagavan said, what? I won't come. Bondu said, why won't you come? He said, I won't come. If he wants, let him come here. And even then, I don't know if he will see me. But I won't come there. Bondu said, you can't say like that. You are my friend, no? I told my Guru that he will come. If you don't come, then what will I go tell you? He said, I don't know, I will not come. Bondu said, then I won't talk. I don't want you. And he went there. When Krishna came and he said, Bondu, please, you don't go. I don't want to go and see your Guru, that's all. I want to play with you. If you don't want my Guru, I don't want you. You go. And he went away. And then next day when he came, Krishna came and Bondu did, he just turned his face away. He said, who called you here? You called Grace on the other side. So Krishna said, see, don't be angry with me. I can't be without talking to you. You tell your Guru Maharaj to come here. Okay, I'll give him something. You call him here. So next day Bondu he goes and he says, that Krishna says that you should come to the forest and he can't come here. Because Krishna says, I can't come to that side of the Vana because that belongs to Radharani and I can't, it is not fair for me to come there, so you ask your Guru to come to this side of the Vana. And immediately Nandakrishna was so excited. He said, this has to be true because this Bondu does not know so much. He could be making this up. So this is Krishna and Bhagavan has revealed himself, to this boy who knows nothing. Appa, through him I can have his darshana and he was very happy. He tied up all the prasada for Bhagavan. He went there. Bhagavan didn't come. Bondu waited. Then he got very angry. But what is this? And then Bhagavan slowly, he was there. He came with his friends, finally. And Bondu said, he is here. Nandakrishna Babaji could not see him. And Bhagavan said, he gave his, he spoke to Nandakrishna Babaji and he said, I'm here. And my presence can be felt by you because I am talking to you now. So I am here. I am doing this only for Bondu. Because he is my friend. And I don't want to lose that friendship. But you need to go further to see me actually. There's a bit more progress that has to happen for you to have my darshana. But now I am giving you so much because I love Bondu. That is the relationship. When you say a friend, Bhagavan should feel that he is my friend. Is it not? Only then it will work. Otherwise, if we build, Adhimara Nayaka Nayaki, I am the Nayaki, he is the Nayaka, Aralam. Not our imagination. It is something that we can't even understand. With our little mind, if we do all that, we may end up in a very dangerous spots. We don't know. Janabai had that bhava, it was a bhava. It was not a mere bhava. Panduranga accepted it. He sat with her for a whole night, played with her for a whole night. He did everything, in the kitchen with her. He did everything. And he gave her his pitambara. He took her neelambara. He played like that with her. Once Jnaneshwar Maharaj went to have darshan of Bhagavan, he would generally be very alert to see who is coming. That day, when he was entering the temple, Panduranga did not see Jnaneshwar Maharaj. He was sincerely writing something. The moment he saw that, he heard the door open, he looked at Jnaneshwar Maharaj was there. Instantly, Bhagavan kept his hand behind. He hit the book he had. Jnaneshwar Maharaj thought, what is this? You should have done this at least for 5 minutes before. I won't have seen. Now I saw you writing and what is that book? He said, no, it's nothing. You tell me what you want. No, you tell me what that book is. What are you writing? And slowly he gave it to Jnaneshwar Maharaj. Mother, there were abhangs. Jana. All the mudra says it is Janabais. He said, why are you writing Janabais abhangs? He said, see, when you all sing, you come with your disciples, you have people with iPad, everybody is singing everything, they write all their songs along, they do all that. Poor Jana, she loves to sing me, but when she does not have time to sing. So she sings, she sings, some so many abhangs while she's cleaning the vessels, while she's cleaning the house, and she's, cooking for me. So she never has time to write it down. She thinks of me, she sings. Why? Jnaneshwar Maharaj felt a bit bad. Krishna, do you have a notebook for me? Do we have a notebook? Something. We have his favorite abhangs of mine that you like to hear. Bhagavan said, sorry. He said, why? Why is Jana special? See, one reason, she is very busy in work. So no one to we need a database. So I am doing it. That is there. The another main reason is, I like only Jana's abhangs. I said, why? What do you write? You write that, you are Parabrahma. You say, his Nama is great. Well, you know what she writes? She says, Krishna, you are so beautiful. Krishna, you are so handsome. That's what I like. And that's what I read. That is the relationship that Bhagavan chooses. or his devotee. Is it not? Not us. Very good. Thondaimanukku, the relationship that Bhagavan chose us, you are my friend. Thondaiman says, Dasoham, Dasoham. He says, you are my friend. We'll be best friends. I'll always give you darshana. And please, Nirmaya me mandiram akrarajan nityotsavadi niyatam videhi dasyami sarvatra jayam tavaham kadapi te shatru bhayam chanasyat. Nirmaya me mandiram. Build a temple for me there, Raja, and do nityotsava. Celebrate me. Bhagavan loves the celebration. That's why we always do that. Kundadu, Panpadu. Tirumala. He says, Kaanalurgindren, Kallaruvi Muttudira, Ona Vidavil, Voli Adira, Peni Varu Venkatava. The bhajan, the Parapadu Saddam. There are two grand sounds that come from Tirumala, it seems. One is that of the streams that flow. And one would think, when you see the streams, you would think that, so it is making that sound, but when you look at it, it will be like it is throwing water. When you go there, you will see Muttudira. It's all pearls, it seems, that is coming down like that. And competing with that sound, you can hear Voli Adira. Voli Adira. Nama Sankirtana during Purapadu would be such, it seems, that it would just reverberate in the Tirumala. That's what he says. Loves Utsavam like that, and you will never have any Shatru Bhayam, you will always be victorious in all your endeavors. Bhagavan said that, and our Thondaiman Chakravarthy, he also, today we have this beautiful temple. Many renovations have happened, but the original temple still is there, and that was built by our Thondaiman Chakravarthy only. And he started worshipping Bhagavan there, he did Nityotsavam there, and obviously when Bhagavan is being celebrated like that, lot of bhaktas, they started coming, and Bhagavan is showering his grace. He is granting everything. Ketkadellam kodutane, ninaikkadadellam nadathine. You know how Guru Maharaj sings, Ketadu kedaikum munnu, ketkadellam kuda kodupam. Because we don't know to ask many things. Proper things we do not ask. So adana avane kudana undu. So Bhagavan is giving even that. So he says, Avapurandaha punareva drishtim Rugnama Bhuvuscha Vimukta Rogaha Vandhyash Satputra Mavapurasya Sheshacha Leshasya Hi Darshanena. When they come there to Perumal and they seek whatever, if they don't have a job, Bhagavan doesn't have a job. If you don't have a child, if you come to the temple, Satputra, there was a Dampati, Ananta Surya Kota Thondaiman, a very Bhagavata couple. They had visited Tirumala because Perumal was their Kuladaivam. So they went there to see, have darshan of Bhagavan. They did not have children for a very long time. They did not have any child. But they didn't go to the temple to seek a child. They just went to have Bhagavan's darshana. And they stayed in Tirumala that night. And in the night, Totatriyamma, she had a divine swapna. In that swapna, she is in the temple. And she's given, usually they give Tirtha Prasadam, Tulasi Prasadam, Shatari and all, right? And while she passes all the prasadam, she had in the dream that our Bhattar, he gives her the money, the bell of Perumal, and she swallows it. Would anyone ever do that? So next day morning, she woke up and she told, our Swamiji, she said, I had a dream like this. He said, it must be something divine, we don't know what it is, some great blessing is awaiting us. That's what we have to interpret, what else can we think? And they went again for Bhagavan's darshana. When they went to Bhagavan's darshana, there was samprama there. Everybody was running here and there. Nobody knew what was happening. He asked, is something wrong? What happened? No, when they did the Prabodhanam today, they opened, they saw the bell was missing. No, can she tell them that she only swallowed? Will people even believe? And because she did that, she had a wonderful, such a great saint was born through her, Sri Vedanta Deshikar. Is the Ghantavatara of Bhagavan. Is it not? Tirupati Perumal, just like that. So he says, whatever you pray, you get everything, and for everyone. Sarvatra loke satatam janana Sri Venkatesha Vaibhavam. For so many blessed souls, our Sri Venkateshwara Perumal became the Kuladaivam. And so Alvar, he very beautifully says, Yammana yen Kuladeivame என்னுடைய நாயகனே நின்னுளே நாய் பெற்ற நன்மை இவ்வுலகினில் யார் பெறுவார்? He says, Yammana, என் குலதெய்வமே, என்னுடைய நாயகனே. Just for this single line, if you see all the Mahatmas, everybody, Adavandar, Sri Adavandar Yamunacharya, he has given Vyakhyana. Sri Ramanujacharya has given Vyakhyana. And Sri Swami Perivachan Pillai, when he gives a Vyakhyana for this particular Pasaram, he adds on our Yamunacharya's, Adavandas, and our Ramanujacharya's Vyakhyana to his Vyakhyana. He says, what Adavandar said, Yammana, yen Kuladeivame, ennudaya nayakane. Just for these three words. The fact is, we don't even have to have any Vyakhyana for this. Just the words, they are so sweet. No, Yammana, yen Kuladeivame, ennudaya nayakane. Sonnale thithikarudhu. And imagine how much they would have enjoyed, when they have given the Bhashyam for this. Adavandar says, Yammana, yen Kuladeivame, ennudaya nayakane என்று இவை மூன்றாலும் ஞான விரோதியும் ஆශ්‍රயண விரோதியும் மோட்ச விரோதியும் போகிறபடி என்று. Just by these three words, when you say Yammana, that which is an obstacle to jnana, that goes away it seems. What kind of jnana? Bhagavad jnana, not just Atma jnana. See, whenever we talk of anything very tattva based or philosophy, most of us will switch off. Not necessary, but the fact is, the whole Sanatana Dharma, whatever the Sampradaya you take, Dvaita, Advaita, Ishadvaita, whatever you take, there are only three concepts. You can either say only one concept or two concepts or three concepts. That is why we have Advaita, Dvaita, Ishadvaita and all. But there are only, totally, if you split it, there are only three tattvas. They can be considered as two tattvas or one tattva also. Three things that we have to know is one is Bhagavan, Ishvara tattva, Jiva tattva, and then Prakriti tattva. That's all. There's nothing else to know. You can do it into two. Chaitanya tattva, Jada tattva. Ishvara, Jiva, Chaitanya tattva. Prakriti is Jada tattva. Take only one tattva. Only Bhagavan is there. This Jiva is Mame Mamso Jiva Loke. It is Jiva's Bhagavan's Amsha. That's all. And Prakriti is Bhagavan's Shakti. That's all. You read Bhagavatam, you read Vedantam, you read whatever you want. This is what is there. Nothing more than that. I mean, technically, there's much more in Bhagavatam. All I mean is Tattva-Ritiya. If you see, it all boils down only to this. Nothing more than that in Tattva. So he says, Yammana. Generally, the first step is, we all know we are Chaitanya, we are not Jada. We all know that. Simple. That is Bhagavan made that simple. The next level is to know that I am not this body. Because though I know I am not Jadam, I still think that I am this body. We forget that this body is a jadam. See, our Guru Maharaj put it very simply, very easy to understand that we are not the body. All that is mine cannot be me. However, we have to remember. No, that which is mine cannot be me. Because it belongs to me. So there is some other me, no? So this body, we say, no, my body, my hand, my leg, obviously that is not you. So intellectually we understand, but experientially understanding that is called Atma Jnana. Where you know that you are not this body, that you are the Chaitanya Swarupa, but that is not Purna Jnana. Because the moment you think that you are only that Atma Swarupa, you think you are independent. That should not be there. You are not Satantra. Because this Jiva Chaitanya is only, it is only under Bhagavan. So knowing Atma Jnana alone is not enough. Paramatma Jnana is important. Knowing that we belong to Bhagavan, that there is an Ishvara, that there is a Paramatma, that is Purna Jnana. So he says, when I say Yammana, the moment I say, I belong to you, you are my Lord, immediately Jnana Virodhi goes off. Where I think I am Swatantra, I am not Swatantra anymore. No? Even in Advaita, when they say, they give so many examples for the oneness of, Jiva Brahma Aikyam. It all boils down only to Chaitanya. Never once even Shankara Bhavatacharya himself has never told that a Jiva and Ishvara are same. Never ever can he say that. Avare Brahma Sutra Bhashathile solra. Adu mattum avum. You can become Brahma, nobody can ever become Ishvara. It is there in Advaita Siddhanta. Why? Because that is the truth. Nobody can change that. Is it not? Nobody can become Bhagavan. So when he gives all the example, he himself says in a very beautiful stuti on Vishnu Bhagavan, he says it is called Shatpati. In that he says, Satyavi Veda Bhagavenatha Tavaham na mama kinastvam samudro hi tarangaha samudro na tarangaha. He says, there is a Veda at some point. You can say that I belong to you, but never can I say you belong to me. The rivers will not work. Because the waves belong to the ocean, but the ocean cannot be said to belong to the wave. Is it not? So there is some difference between a wave and the ocean, but there is no difference. Is it not? That he puts in here. So he says, you have to always remember that. No? So there was this man who wanted some jnana. He went to a guru. And that guru told him, I'll teach you a simple thing, keep telling Soham, Soham, Soham. Soham is Soham. Soham means I am that. I am that Brahman. So he kept telling Soham, Soham, Soham. Another guru came. And he was a very humble person, so he went and did namaskara to him. He said, you please give me some upadesha. He said, do you have upadesha already? He said, yes, I went to an acharya, he gave me upadesha. What did he say? He said, Soham. This was a Vaishnava. So he said, okay, yes, told correctly, just missed one letter, that's all. Just add a da before it and say Dasoham. That's all. He said, oh, how come he missed it? He said, it's okay. You just say Dasoham. So he kept telling Dasoham, Dasoham, Dasoham. He went back to the old guru. He happened to see him. He said, are you telling Soham? He said, looks like you forgot a letter. So I saw another guru. He taught me, he said Dasoham, so I am telling Dasoham. And that Acharya said, yeah, he is right. But he has also forgotten one letter. So you just add one more, just add sa to it and say Sadasoham. Sadasoham, Sadasoham, Sadasoham. And then he came back to Vaishnava. He said, looks like you also forgot one letter. No, that Acharya taught me Sadasoham. He said, oh, that is right. But Anna, he has also forgotten another letter. This is the final one, huh? We won't change more than this. He said, is it what is this? You just add another da to it and say Dasa Dasoham. That is the highest. Nothing more. You can't go, beyond that. That's the highest. Not just being the servant of Bhagavan, but being the servant of Bhagavan is the highest. Is it not? So, that is the tattva. So, you understand that by just telling Yammana, Yen Kuladevame. That Bhagavan is my Kuladeva. He says, when you say he is my Kuladeva, he is my family deity. He says, Ashrayana Virodhi is gone. Because who else, when you have a Kuladevam like Srinivasa Perumal, who else would you go and worship? Guru Maharaj Because he sings na Unnai kondaadamal yaare kondaadadumo Unnai kondaadamal yaare kondaadadumo Unnai kondaadamal yaare kondaadadumo Unnai kondaadamal yaare kondaadadumo Thirandu thirandirukkum maanudagalaya Thiradu thirandirukkum maanudagalaya Suyanarukkulla amalagagalaya Suyanarukkulla amalagagalaya Unnai kondaadamal yaare kondaadadumo Unnai kondaadamal yaare kondaadadumo உலகத்திலே ஒருவரையும் மதியோ உலகத்திலே ஒருவரையும் மதியோ மறந்தும் அவர் வாசலை இனியோ மறந்தும் அவர் வாசலை இனியோ உன்னை கொண்டாடாமல் யாரை கொண்டாடுவோம் உன்னை கொண்டாடாமல் யாரை கொண்டாடுவோம் கண்ணா யாரை கொண்டாடுவோம் when you are there as my Kuladevam, why will I go elsewhere? So, even that is gone. And when you say, Yen Nayakane, Moksha Virodhi is also gone. What is Moksha Virodhi? If you think that something else is a sadhana to attain Bhagavan, then that is only the Virodhi for Moksha. Bhagavan is the only sadhana for attaining him. There is no other sadhana. We are just telling Yammana, Yen Kuladevam. Udayavar also says, for the same tree, Yammana, Yen Kuladevame, Yen Udaya Nayakane, he says, Dehavimanamum, Ananya Sheshattvamum, Swaswatantriyamum Kalindavadi. By saying Yammana, you forget, you release yourself, relieve yourself from the thought that you are this body. Because you know that you belong to Bhagavan, Mame Vamshe Jiva Loke, you understand that you are Bhagavan's Amsha by telling Mame Yammana. And when you say Yen Kuladevame, Ananya Sheshatvam, which means you are my only Shesha. Sheshana, he is my Lord. Sheshina, I am his servant. So, realize that you are my only Lord. They say, Yen Kuladevame, Swaswatantriyamum Kalindavadi. Like we said, if you think I am Atma Swarupa, that is not enough. You should remember that you are not Swatantra, you are under Bhagavan, you are Paratantra. You are Bhagavan's Tantra. We are all Guru Tantra. That is how it is. So he says that is what this reveals. And Sri Swami Peryavachan Pillai, he says, Upeyamum, Upayamum, Paradevatayum Yendrumam. When you say Yammana, it means you are my Upayam, you are my Sadhana. Yen Kuladevame, you are my Upayam. When you say Yammana, it is Upayam. When you say Yen Kuladevame, you are my Upayam. And when you say Yenudaya Nayakane, you are my Paradevam. That is how there are so many devotees who accepted, who had the fortune of having our Srinivasa Perumal as their Kuladevam. And he says, அப்படி என்ன எம்மனா குலதெய்வமே என்னுடைய நாயகனே நின்னுளேனாய் பெற்ற நன்மை உலகில் யார் பெறுவார்? Who will get this great blessing of belonging to you? I don't think anyone can ever be blessed like this. Like Guru Maharaj says, யாருக்கு தான் கிடைக்கும் யாருக்கு தான் கிடைக்கும் கண்ணா உன்னை போலொரு தெய்வம் யாருக்கு தான் கிடைக்கும் கண்ணா உன்னை போலொரு that is how everyone, was feeling blessed with our Srinivasa Perumal, giving darshan in Tirumala like that. And Thondaiman Chakravarthy, he felt so blessed, he did Nitya Puja to Bhagavan. And when he was ruling, it is as if Bhagavan has claimed Thondaiman Chakravarthy his friend, right? And he always treats his friends as his equal. So he will always say, since Bhagavan would say, you are ruling Thondai Mandalam, I am ruling Tirumala. Both of us are ruling beautifully. And that was how Thondaiman was ruling the entire Thondai Mandalam. One day while he was sitting in his sabha, a few sadhus came for, to appeal. And he gave them interview and they all begged him. They said, Tatakkadachit Tirupati Sabhayam Abhyayuhu Brahmana Vesha Gudaha Devacha Simhad Vadhartameva Mahipatim Prataitum Purastad. And these sadhus, they came and they told Thondaiman Chakravarthy that in these hills of Tirumala, there is a asura called Simhada. And he is troubling all the sadhus here. We are all very, very tormented by him. You please do something. You please go and fight him and kill him. Thondaiman Chakravarthy said, I am not Ramachandra Prabhu. I am only Thondaiman. You are coming to me, seeking me to kill Asura. I am a human being. Yes, I have some divinity because I am Nagaloka. I am a mix because my mother is a Naga. She is a divine lady. My father was a human. But still, I cannot do that. See, when Vishwamitra came in Ramayana, when he came and he asked Aishwarya, he said, lot of this Tataka, Subahu, Marich, Marich, and they are all disturbing our yaga. He said, so we need your protection. And Jataka Maharaja was all set. He said, okay, I will come with Jatranga Sainya. He said, I don't want you. Jeshtam me Ratumar Dati. I want Rama. Dashatha said, what is wrong with you? He is a child. I have fought many asuras. I have gone to Devaloka and fought the asuras for Devas to save them. So I will bring Jatranga Sainya. I am here, Dasharatha. I will come and fight. He said, no, I want only Rama. And Ramachandra Prabhu was able to do that. Thondaiman Chakravarthy says, how can I do that? I am a mere human being. I cannot fight asuras. I am not equipped with anything like that. And they all said, how can you say this? How can you say not equipped? You may not be Rama, but Rama is your dasa. He is your best friend. You seem to be talking with him so commonly. So, please, with the power of Bhagavan, pray to him and do something for us. When they said that, he was very happy. Then that is true. Srinivasa Perumal is there. I can't do anything, but I can ask him to do something. Said no. So he said, okay, I will ask Perumal. And the moment he said that, these sadhus, they revealed themselves to be devas. Till then they were all dressed up very nicely as sadhus. Then they showed their true colors. They became devas. And they said, they are very happy. He said, what are devas? You can't fight the asuras. And you want me, a Muslim, to come and fight. He said, no, please, now that you accepted, you go there. That's why Guru Maharaj sings, Amargal Munnarugil Amarthu Radhadika Anjikum Deivamni Kanna Amargal Munnarugil Amarthu Radhadika Anjikum Deivamni Kanna Bhakti-illa Aman Namudri because Amarargal Munmun Amarthu Aradhika Anjidum. But Thondaiman was he was such a common man. At least that's what he thought he was. So he went to Bhagavan and he's talking, and our Perumal is Pesum Deivam Kalyana Srinivasam Pesum Deivam Kalyana Srinivasam சுவாசிக்கின்றான், நம்மை நேசிக்கின்றான். என்ன வேற ஸ்லோகமே we don't have to learn. Every day come here and look at him and say, பார்க்கின்றாய், சிரிக்கின்றாய். That's all, because he's there. He's there, he's smiling at us, he's looking at us. சுவாசிக்கின்றாய். And the best part is, however I am, என்னை நேசிக்கின்றாய். Irrespective of how I am, என்னை நேசிக்கின்றாய். Thondaiman went to Bhagavan and he used to talk very commonly. Perumal used to talk with him. And he says, these devas have come and they are asking me like this, you please tell what we should do, because I don't think I'm capable of fighting asuras. Bhagavan said, don't worry, you can fight. He said, I don't have any weapon for that, to kill asuras. So why do you worry? I will give you, keep a chakra. Bhagavan gave him his Sudarshan chakra. He said, what is it? Take it, go for the fight. Oh, this might not say when you win. You need to blow the conch, no? Shankar. Take it, Balaji. He took that. He said, is this? Can I really take it? Oh, that is right. This is not enough now. What if he uses different kinds of weapons? You take my Sharangam. You take my Nandakam. He gave Sharangam, Nandakam. You take my Gada. Panchayadam. He gave all the Panchayadam. And now, Thondaiman is Srinivasa. He has everything. And Perumal is matter. He lost all his weapons. He said, you go, you fight, you will win. And now he had Vishnu Sanidhyam with him. So he went, the moment he started, Bhagavan sent all the devas, he said, Chumma pray, go fight along it. Go. So they all went. All the Vishnu Krishnas went. Bhagavan sent his own army behind our Thondaiman. He went out to the hills, he searched and he found Simha. Then he also heard the garjana of Thondaiman Chakravarthy. He came with his army. He started throwing all the stones just like Kataka and Marichasvav did. They threw all the mountains and he took a sharanga. He had sharangam of Bhagavan. So that is a bow and arrow. He shot arrows and he just broke all the stones and mountains. Finally they had a fight and Thondaiman Chakravarthy, he fought with Vishnu Avesham in him. So within seconds everything became Nirmul. There was no Sainya for Simhada and Thondaiman thought he has already won. He was about to kill Simhada and at that time, just like Ravana did, he had a Bhula Bala. You have a secret army that is stored. It's called reserve. When something happens to the main army, they come out from nowhere. So suddenly the entire Rakshas came again. Thondaiman did not know, he didn't know what to do, how to fight again. So Bhagavan told him, don't worry, just like I did when Ravana did this. I went single-handedly, I used Mohanastra, you do the same. He used Mohanastra, each of the Rakshas saw the other one as Thondaiman. And they started, fighting with each other, hitting each other. And Brahmanda Purana says, even today if you go to Tirupati, you can find them shouting at each other. They are all not dead. They are all, the Mohichipai, they are so enchanted, they still live there and they are doing that it seems. And Thondaiman, he used Bhagavan's Sudarshana Chakra and he killed Simhadan. And with Jaya Gosham, the Devas were also happy. He came back with all his Ayudham and then Bhagavan had sent everybody, even as a chariot, the Kudurai, the horse, Bhagavan sent Garuda. Imagine how much love he has for Thondaiman. He truly feels that he is not different from him. He gave everything like that to him. So when Thondaiman, he came back to Perumal and he said, by your grace, I have won over Simhada and everything is fine now. No, please take your Ayudham back. Bhagavan said, oh, I don't do that. What? I only give. I don't take it back. Datta Apaharam I don't do. Once I give something somebody, I don't take back. And now Thondaiman was taken aback. He said, you won't take it back, what will you do with all this? You know, I can't hold it. He said, no, it looks very nice on you. You hold it. He said, I am not Gauraka Vasudeva. I will not, these belong to you, I will not hold it. Then Bhagavan said, in that case, throw it wherever you want. Wherever you throw it, that place will become a Tirtha. So if you go to Tirupati today, you have Shankha Tirtham, Chakra Tirtham, Gada Tirtham, all the Panchayata Tirthas, because Thondaiman Chakravarthy threw those things there, and Bhagavan said, whenever you need an astra, if you go to the Tirtham, you will get the astra from there. That will work only for you. For the rest of the people, when they come there, all their diseases will go. They will all be Punya Tirthas, all their desires will be fulfilled. That will be the greatness of those Tirthas. And when Bhagavan is like this, Thondaiman said, but I feel very bad because you look so beautiful. You look beautiful anyway. Okay, but it was so nice to see you with Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Khadga, Shargam. It was so beautiful. Now I feel that you are bereft of everything. I feel very sad. Bhagavan said, don't worry about it. In Kali Yuga, there will be a great Acharya who would come and he would give me all back. I'll get everything back. You wait for it. And that was our Yatiraja Sri Ramanujacharya. See, when Bhagavan is with no Ayudam, that problem still exists for our Pandarinada. Where everybody will claim that he belongs to us. Even other religions. His charm is such that everybody wants to own him. There was a period when Srinivasa Perumal was not considered as Perumal. Everybody claimed him to be their deity. Ambari Solidanda, Murugan Solo, because he's on top of mountain, he's Muruga. Because there's a puja special on Fridays, he's wearing Patte Padava. That's why he is Ambari. Everyone was, So everybody would claim, if the Bhagavan does not have any Ayudam, how will you know who he is? Everybody would claim, no? So that was a problem during Sri Ramanujacharya's Avatara time. And when he was in Tirumala, there was a lot of conflict. So one day, all of them they came together and Ramanujacharya suggested, let's see, we have to resolve this. And we can't resolve because he is showing Shastras, he is showing Alvar Pramanam. But what can you show as a Pramana for someone who doesn't accept your scripture at all? If they are ready to do only Vadam, they are here to only debate, they are not here ready to resolve a problem. How can you convince them? So he could not do that. So he said, let us resolve it in a very simple, amicable way. How? You all claim that he is a deity. I am claiming he is Perumal. Let us keep all the Ayudas under Bhagavan for a night. Let us close the temple. Let us all stand guard so that nobody cheats. Let us all stay awake outside and wait. And whichever Ayudam Bhagavan takes, if he takes up Shulam or if he takes up Veil, whatever, I won't even see that Bhagavan, I will go down. I just get down. But if he takes up Shankha Chakra, then you should all leave. You should not come back and fight. And everybody agreed because everyone was very confident Bhagavan adu eduthu vechikirudhu. They were so confident that it won't happen. Only Ram, because Pesum Degam is only when you are ready to pace him. He is ready to pace always. But we should also know, everybody thought this won't work anyway. So it will go only after way. And everyone kept their deities, weapons. Our Acharya also kept the weapon. He didn't keep, he kept the Shankha and Chakra. And they closed the door. They stood, everybody slept. Nobody slept. Everyone had fear that someone would go and put their weapon there. So they all waited outside. Only Sri Ramanujacharya was crying. He kept praying to Bhagavan. He said, what are you going to do? I know you don't see, as far as Bhagavan is concerned, whether you accept the gold as gold or not, it is gold. My accepting has nothing to do with what it is. If someone says, the sun does not rise in the east, you don't have to debate with him at all because his saying so is not changing anything in this world. Similarly, our Acharya, he knows that for Bhagavan it makes no difference. If you want to worship me as, Amba, you do. How will be jolly? He'll be okay with anything because you are everything. You are everything. So you won't mind it, I know. But I mind it. You are mine. Immana Yekuradevam. I cannot bear to see you as something else. I want to see you only as Srinivasa Perumal. So will you do that? Are you not Bhakta Pakshapati? You are supposed to be, Samadarshi. Radhala Epo, only as long as only Auntie Prahlada comes. Once he comes, we'll become Bhakta Pakshaparthi. If Arjuna comes, he'll become Pakshaparthi. That's what it is now. What are you going to do now? Please, I know you don't want it, you don't mind it, I mind it. For my sake, please accept and reveal to the world who you really are. He begged, he cried the whole night. Next day morning, they opened the Sannidhi, Perumal was Venkatesha. And everybody, not one of them, could argue. They were too shocked. They saw that Pratyakshama Bhagavan had taken. They could see that divine power, and they all came down. That is how today we have another attachment. If you see, because he took it up later. Original all the original ayudhams, the one that he has now, Shankha Chakra, was given to him by our Sri Ramanujacharya. That's what he's holding very dearly. Because his Gupta gave him. That is how he has. And Bhagavan gave that word to Thondaiman itself. It is there in Puranam itself that later an Acharya will come and he would give me all this and people would understand that I am Srinivasa Perumal. So Bhagavan is there in Tirupati like that with Shankha Chakra today, giving us all this beautiful darshana. And by Bhagavan's grace, we have enjoyed so much of Thondaiman Chakravarthy's charitra. We have some more to go tomorrow. We have a few more Tirtha Mahatmya and a few more leelas that Bhagavan did with Thondaiman Chakravarthy. And tomorrow is the concluding day of this katha. Tomorrow we'll have Padmavati Kalyanam. You'll see all the leelas that lead up to that. And we'll conclude the katha with Padmavati Kalyanam tomorrow. Kayena vacha manasendriyai va buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhavat karomi yatyat sakalam parasmai Srimanarayanaayati samarpayami. Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare